What's going on, people? And welcome back to Total Osspurs. Delane, bro, how you going?
Yeah, good, bro. After a win this morning, I'm very happy. Very happy.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think this was a must-win for our Champions League group stage, and Marseille beat Sporting, so we're top of the table
For now, for now,
for now.
we
Well,
can, for now, we can't get
yeah,
too excited yet.
we're 2 games left. We play Sporting at home and Marseille away. So I think if we, the way it's going, if we beat Sporting at home, regardless if we lose away, we'll make at least
That's
top
a
two. So we'll go through to
that's a
knockout.
must-win game too. That's another must-win
Yeah.
game.
So, bro, let's get into it. It was a bit of a, for me, it was a bit of a topsy-turvy game. Um,
Mm,
first 18 minutes before Sun scored, we were terrible. We were terrible. What is Dyer doing at the back? But not just that. Why is he getting fizzed the ball? He should have controlled that ball, right? But that was
mm,
fizzed at him for no reason. Like the thing is, with our defense, we've been good defensively, but they're so shit on the ball. Why are we
yeah,
playing out of the back?
I think it's just a Conte thing. I think that's how Conte likes to play. He likes to play from the back, and then that's where we get our counter. But then, yeah, as you said, like we were terrible. Like Dyer, he just had no clue what to do with it. He just passed it to the wrong person, and just that's when. And then that's when it just went shit. We're just like, what the hell? But as you said, like the first 15 to 18 minutes, we were shocking. We just our passes were so shit. We had no flow. Like I'm just looking at the stats now here. Yeah, like it, like I just don't know. Like I was worried. I was worried. They came out firing, and I'm just like, oh no, here we go again.
Oh,
Another
it's
fucking, another fucking one of these games.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like those first 18 minutes, like the first half, I kind of had to listen to it because I was on the way to work, unfortunately. But it was horrible. It was great to see Sonny score, and we'll go into a bit of him a bit later because there's some good signs going there. But the first 15 to 18 minutes was absolutely atrocious. Or and the little few glimpses of hope that we had were minuscule. It was a poor performance, and the whole game was up topsy turvy. We first 18 minutes we were trash. The next, I'd say, 40 minutes we were dominating the game. Obviously we scored the 3 goals, and then I don't know what it was, but the last 10, 15 minutes I thought we were going to lose. I honestly thought that Frankfurt would pull 4 goals back by the way we were playing.
I knew it was going to happen. They went down 10 men, and then I think we just parked the bus too early. We were parking it way too early. We should have just gone at them, keep going at them. But I feel like we just parked it too early, and they were on the counter, and they got that goal, and that's when I was like, oh no, here we go. We're gonna get fucking either a draw or they're just gonna get 2 on us. I'm like, no, this can't happen. But lucky the boys held on, and yeah, just yeah, I wasn't impressed, but I'm still not impressed. But at the end of the day, it's a win. But the performance from the first 15 minutes to the last 15 minutes of the game, yeah, still worrying signs. Those are the worrying
Yeah, and
signs for me.
there's one thing that I wanted to make sure I pointed out, and it's something that I don't like doing. But our fans were horrible. We've got a fantastic stadium. We can fit in, I think, 70-odd thousand people. Those Frankfurt fans
I'll give it to
alone
them.
outsung the whole stadium. And the only time our fans started singing was when we were 2-1 up. And that's disgusting. The fact that the Frankfurt fans were singing the whole game, even though they were 3-1 down, we could have been 5-6-1 down. And we'll
They
get
were
into that
jumping
later.
up and down. They were
You
jumping up
know,
and down.
and I want to say it straight up, our fans, and I know that we've turned into more of a corporate kind of, football's turned into more corporate where the season ticket holder, there's more tourists, there's more corporations, getting more ticket allocations because of the business side of things, and I get that. But fundamentally, our fans were so quiet. I didn't hear them for the first 45 minutes. As I said, I was listening while I was driving, and all I could hear was the 1,000 Frankfurt fans or 2,000 Frankfurt fans the whole game. That's all I heard, and it was disgusting. Yeah. And I wanted to point it out because this is why it was so hard to win at Frankfurt, because they were singing non-stop.
The crowd was into it, and that's what wins games. Once the crowd gets into it, the players get into it, and that's when that's when you start getting the groove. If the fans are not into it, and that's when the players start falling off, going, "Oh wow, are these fans really here for us?" Or and that's what the fans need to do. They need to realize the more you scream and the more you chant, the better it makes the players. And Conte's actually came out and said that the atmosphere helps the players go forward and wins games. If the crowd's not into it, then yeah.
It's like in the NRL. So I know, like a few people might not know that we're an Aussie-based YouTube channel, but three of us are English. Yourself is Māori. If you don't understand that, it's Maori. If you're a shit Australian, I don't know how to say it properly.
Yeah.
And we've got Nane's Aussie, but as they say, the crowd in NRL, the crowds are like look at Penrith this year. Their fans are the 14th man. The 13 players on the team. If you don't know NRL, I'm not going to go into it, but it's what they say. Our fans should be the 12th man, and I'm going to say it. Tottenham fans aren't the 12th man 95% of the time. And I get it because it has been frustrating the last month or so. We haven't been playing well. We're getting results, but we haven't been playing well. But this is the time to get behind the team. I'm not saying you have to sing praises for players that you think are playing disgusting. Royale, get into him later again. But, I wouldn't be singing his praise. But we should be singing songs. We should be singing. If you're not going to sing the player songs, you sing old songs of old. We are Tottenham from the lane. And when the Spurs go marching in, I know these are generic songs, but I didn't hear any of that last night, and it was disgraceful. The only time I heard anything was when we actually were 2-1 up and we looked like we were saucing it.
Yeah, that's all I heard. Even from the kickoff, I heard a bit, but throughout the whole game, I didn't hear nothing. And I'm just like, are these fans into it, or are they just here just to fucking, just to be there? They need to get involved, and you need to make noise so then the players can use that as motivation for them to go win the game. And that's what it always says. That's what Conte's come out and said. The atmosphere helps the players, and that's what needs to happen. The Tottenham fans, they need to get on board with it and basically cheer for our team that we love.
I don't know if you watch the Football Terrace. It's a good, really, really, really good YouTube channel.
I've heard of it.
Terry Flores, he Football Terrace. He gets on every people from different clubs. He's not just a one club base like we are here at Total Spurs. He focuses on heaps of clubs. And there's one Arsenal fan that grinds my gears, but he made a statement last year when they were going sourcing and they thought they were going to get 4. And his question was, Tottenham fans, where are you? And I felt like that this morning when I was listening to it. I was like, I can't hear the crowd. I don't even know if we're home or away. I feel like we were away.
It was disappointing.
It was disappointing. But the game itself, like I said, the first 18 minutes was very lackluster. I felt like we put ourselves under pressure. And we seem to do that. We're trying to play out from the back with players that can't play at the back. And I don't know if it's because Lloris can't clear and he's not a good feeder, or if it's because we spend too much time on the ball and we're very casual. Teams press us up high, and we just seem to not be able to handle it. Langley, I feel like is the only player, because obviously once the second half started, I was able to watch the whole second half. He was very comfortable on the ball, very good ball carrier, very good passer from the back. I do think if we're going to play at the back, he needs to play every game. I love Davies, but Langley's just a much better ball-playing centre-half. But it was so frustrating. And Dyer getting a yellow card in the first half, plus making that mistake, we've been singing his praise because he's been so consistent. But that needs to be cut out. And I think Lloris, the whole game, played really, really well. There was nothing he could do for both goals.
Did some excellent saves too. Excellent saves.
He did some beautiful saves, and and the thing is, we always whinge about him standing still. But today, or this morning, sorry, for us, might be last night for some people, but he dove when he didn't need to, and he made some really good saves. So I'll give props to Lloris. He really stepped up from that mistake he made at Arsenal. He had a good game against who did we play last? Brighton. He had a good game against Brighton, and then he had a really good game today. Even though he conceded 2 goals, the shots that we conceded, there was never he had no chance of saving them.
Yeah, exactly. Now, look, he did well. At least he did really well to stop those shots going into the goal. But yeah, you're right. We just looked so terrible. I think I think Dyer and Romero are not really comfortable on the ball that much as Langley. Like we seen Langley play this morning, man. He was like a center mid. To be honest, he played like a center mid, like the dribbling, just his ball playing skills he's got, and that's what we like. That's why I think Conte likes him, because he's a ball player from the back. So, but yeah, like I think just playing from the back, it does worry us a little bit more, because the Dyer and Romero, they're not really comfortable. And Langley, like we can trust them now. Davies, look, it's hard to say with Davies, because we know he's been at this club for how long now?
Oh, he's been as long as Lloris, so nearing 10 years, I think. He came when Poch was, and that was when Poch first came. So he was like one of his first signings. So
exactly. So look, he's been here for years. So he's probably going to go one down as one of our best, players maybe of all time. Maybe, I'm not too sure.
Nah. That's stretching it, bro.
No. Look, I know. I'm not saying this.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? He's younger than me. Just looking at it, I just realised he's younger than me. He signed for us in 2014, so it's been 8 years.
Oh, there you go. So, but he's been a good servant. That's all I'm going to say. He's been a good servant for us. Look, his time's not up yet. I think he's still got a bit more years. I think he's got more years to come in him. But at the moment, I think Langley is just pushing a bit further than him. So, look, and it's just really hard to trust Davies, but then when Langley's playing good, but then an injury could come up with Langley, and then Davies is shredded. But in saying that, I think we just need to focus a bit more on not playing so much from the back, and actually use the midfield a little bit more. Because I feel like the midfield we don't use the midfield a lot. I think we just try and pin it forward to Kane. Kane tries to head it off to Son or Richie, and then I think we just got to utilize the midfield a little bit more than we used to.
No, I completely agree. I was actually going to make that point. I honestly feel like we skip the midfield half the time, and we go straight to the attack, and that's where we don't allow teams to we don't allow our midfielders to push up and support our attack. Lee has said Davies has been doing well for a few seasons now, consistent. Yeah, and I agree, Lee. Sorry, you can't be on tonight. I know you just got back from Juventus training. Big up my nephew, Juventus Academy player. You spoke about this yesterday. You're right. Davies has been consistent. He's been one of our most consistent players, and I don't think he's an amazing player. I think you got that world class, you got the elite, and then you got the good. And Davies fits in the good. He does everything right. He doesn't make many mistakes. He covers his job well. Plays very well in the back three. Likes to push on as well. He likes to get down that wing, and I think that he does provide more than Royal ever does. And I want to get to this cunt. Sorry for the.
I think we both want to get to him. Boys. I think we both want to get to him.
Yeah, it's just want a heads up. We are in Australia. I am Australianised, so the cunt word's going to be dropped. Not like every other country. Here in Australia, it's a common word.
Yes.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. He stifled our attack every single time. He only got in one good position, and he still fucked it. He is getting into those positions more often. But as Lee says, and I was going to get to it, Royal needs to jog on. He needs to go. He's not Brazilian. He's Peruvian. And I'll shout out expressions here. He's Peruvian. There's no way that guy is Brazilian. He has no techers. He has no sauce. He doesn't know how to control the ball properly. All he can do is defend. He always looks back. I don't want to see him anymore. I want to see Diego Maradocati, or I want to see Jez Spence in that right wing back. I don't want to see anybody else.
Nah, yeah, you're right, bro. I completely agree. I think he just look. I think we're going to need to get rid of him. When we brought him, I was like, oh yeah, sweet, like a decent right back or decent right wing back. But then last year he did well, but then it's all of a sudden he's just gone downhill with this fucking $1 million fucking dollar oxygen fucking whatever that's fucking called. I think he just wasted his money, and he's wasting our money. Well, not really our money, but the club's money.
He's a waste of a wage. And
he's
bought a hydro chamber to rejuvenate his body. He's paid for a scout to watch Hakimi. He's one of the best right wing backs in the world right now. I
just don't get why he brought a scout to watch Hakimi.
Well, the thing is, that's what he wants to model his game on, because that's the right wing back that Conte had at Inter. And,
I know.
For me, it's you just, at the end of the day, he's just not suited for a right wing back. And Barcelona, hats off. You fucking sold a steal, mate. You got 30 mil for this kid. There's no way he's a $30 million player. And that's not even, it was 30 million pounds. So that's even worse. We don't know, Australian money to English is pretty much double. So 60 mil for a right back that doesn't suit the system. Now, I know we bought him before Conte came, but we had a chance to sell him in the summer. We should have got rid of him and used that money to go towards a right wing back that we need.
We're a proper right wing back where he's does not fit in that system. He does not.
I'd rather Traore there. At least I know he's gonna run at defenders and put the ball in the box.
His balls in the box are not that great, but he'll at least run the players and at least he'll bump them off. Where I think Royal spends more time on the ground than he does fucking kicking the ball.
Well, look at the stream we did the other day, the Arsenal stream, and a few of us are taking shots every time a Brazilian flopped over. I'm pretty sure 50% of that there was Richarlison, there was Magalhaes, there was Jesus, there was Martinelli, and there was Royal on the pitch. I'm pretty sure Royal did 50% of those shots because of how many times he's on the floor. And for the second goal, he was at fault.
Oh yeah,
I just because he consists of trying to pass out the back when he should be clearing it. I want to do a big mention to Cess. He didn't play a great game, but he played a solid game. He didn't do as much as I think he could have done a lot better on that shot when he was through. He should have banged it. Unfortunately, he's got no confidence at the moment, and his final third play is pretty poor. But apart from that, he played well.
He played well, but he did do one good cross that we didn't think it was going to pull off, that Richarlison headed, and I thought it was going to. But to be honest, I don't know they keep his name from Frankfurt, but I don't think that should have been like a foul because Richarlison was going for the ball. He wasn't going for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was competing. He
was
just
competing in
flopped
the
like
air.
A little bitch.
He just flopped. The goalkeeper just flopped.
Kevin Trapp, the goalkeeper. Kevin Trapp.
Well, then Kevin Trapp flopped because Richarlison was going for the ball, and Richarlison won it, but the referee was, it feels like I like to mention this right now. What's with these referees always going against us? There were so many fouls, and I'll bring it up. There were so many fouls that were going against us.
Oh, I don't even. That ref should be sacked. We would make a soft tackle foul. Frankfurt were literally hacking our legs off, and it'd be like, "Oh yeah, play on." It's like, are you serious? Oh, it was disgraceful refereeing. I don't know. I don't know how he's a Champions League ref. Maybe it's an English tax where they go, "Fuck it, it's an English team, let's fuck them over." But it was poor refereeing, and there was no consistency. Now he didn't even know he gave a second yellow card to their fucking right back until we pointed out, mate, this guy's had
that's two times.
The Brazilian right back. He didn't even realize it until we had pointed it out. Like, how poor is a ref that you have to go through your cards and go, oh shit, have I given that guy a second yellow card? Like, God. And the thing is, it's not just him. I watched what game was it? There was another Champions League game where a guy got a red card and he wasn't the one that even made the tackle. It was another player that made a tackle and got a red card, but he got red carded. I
don't know if it's you, but me, I feel like these referees this season now, they've gone so harsh on teams like us or like Liverpool. They've gone real harsh on us. Like they're giving away stupid cards or calling stupid fouls where they're not really good. They're not really fouls.
Yeah.
They're just man on man. But look, I'll bring up the stats now. Like we will even on shots. Shots on target will have more than them. I thought they had more shots on target.
Oh no, I think we were sourcing in those 60 minutes where we were sourcing. It's not 60, about 40 minutes where Sonny was on song, and I thought we were a lot better. But it's that first 18 and that last 15 where like they just had all the ball, and I honestly was like, I had a turtleneck. I was holding the shitting because I thought I was going to shit myself how good they were going to play.
Oh yeah, and like possession, we have more possession than them. We have 52. They have 48. Passing, we have more passing than them. They have 400. We have 494. They have 462. Our pass accuracy was a lot better. It was 84%. So that's not too.
I do want to big up our midfield again, especially Højbjerg this game. Højbjerg outshone Bentancur today. I know Bentancur did a few good things, but Højbjerg was the main man, and it was the right decision to bring off Bentancur today to leave Højbjerg on because he was sourcing today. Mm-hmm. Once again, them two are the best two on the pitch. I know Kane assisted that beautiful through ball to Son, and then he scored the penalty. But I'm not going to get into Kane until the end because I'm going to rip into him because as much as he's a great player, some of the shit he did in the last 15, like honestly, if that was any other player, if that was Royal, we'd be ripping into him.
100%.
As Lee said, proper Viking. You're right, Lee Højbjerg, the Denmark captain. I've been a bit critical of him this year.
I was going to say that to you. You have been a bit critical to him.
I have been because I don't think he's technical enough. But I will give praise where it's due. He gives 100%. He will die on the sword for Tottenham, and he has been one of two of our. And I did say that yesterday in our video. He has been our second best player behind Bentancur this year. That's hands down. Our two midfielders have been the best players, and the thing is maybe because his performances have been so good that when he does play poor, I rip into him because he did. But if I'm going to do that to Højbjerg, I've got to do it to Kane, and we'll get into Kane in a minute.
We'll get to Kane
but
later.
What are your two thoughts on our Uruguayan and Denmarkian partnership in the middle?
Nah, look, I think they're really good. I think when Bentancur come in from Juventus, I didn't know what to think of him. I've never watched him at Juventus, so I wasn't too sure on him. But then last year he came in, him and Kulu, just players we needed. Like they were just, I could call them the Juventus rejects because we basically got two players from them that we didn't think were so good. So Bentancur, he's been dynamite in that midfield with Højbjerg. I think they're the best. They're probably our two best partnerships going at the moment. Hopefully we can get Bazuma and Skip on that level, but not just right now. I think it'll take time. Look, I think Højbjerg's pretty much shined in the last two games. Brighton, he was decent. He was really decent. And then Frankfurt this morning, solid. A solid Viking. That's what we'll say. He's a solid Viking. So, look, I praise him up. Højbjerg, I really praise him up for these two games he's playing. I'm hoping he just carries on this performance and keeps pushing forward and keeps it going so we can, get some wins under our belt.
Yeah, look, sorry, bro. I really need to do a piss. I want to leave for about 20 seconds. I'll be right back.
No, good, bro. All good. I'll just keep it going. Yeah, so if you're on the channel, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. So if you guys want to put your thoughts in the chat, put them in. I'll be happy to answer questions for you guys. While Jason's going, I'll quickly run through these stats with you guys. So what have we got? So as I was saying before, so we had 84% pass accuracy to Frankfurt, who had 81. So that's not too bad for us. That's pretty good. Fouls, look, there were some poor fouls. I think, the Dyer, the Sessegnon, the Bentancur, I think it was Bentancur that got one of the fouls. Yeah. It was one. Those are unnecessary fouls. Yellow cards. They're both all three of them. As I said, they got yellow cards. Obviously, Frankfurt got the red card. Tutu, the right back, he got the red card. Offsides, yeah. Look, that's something we really need to watch. I think more so the offsides where we got the Richie, the Session did a few. The corners, I think it was all even. But other than that, look, I think it was pretty even in the stats. Shots. We had more shots on target. But yeah, look, I'm happy with that. And
yeah, sorry,
bro. No, you're good.
No, you're right. The game was very, very even though we dominated for 40 minutes of it, and that's what frustrates me the most. We'll transition into attack because there's three players that had very, very, very differing games. So we'll start with positive. We'll start with the negative. We'll end up with the positive. So Richarlison, I think Hill had a better game, and it sounds crazy. Hill should have controlled his dribble better. Kane should have gave it to him in the middle. But I felt like Hill did more in the 15-minute cameo that he had that Richarlison did the whole game. I don't think he did too much in that game that warranted him starting.
Yeah, look, I think it still runs through my head right now why he did that. It still baffles me. Yes.
Well, we'll get into that, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. I thought we were going.
No, we'll go Richarlison, then Kane, then Son, because we're ending on the positive.
Okay, I thought we were going straight to Kane. That's what I was going to.
No. Kane is another fucking 10 minutes, mate, and we need.
Okay. All right, Richarlison. Look, there was actually, I could say, there was a positive thought, but he did actually pull a great ball in for Cess, and then. I thought Cess was going to pin
actually, I forgot about that. That was actually a perfect ball. To be honest, I felt like it needed a bit more pace, so Cess could just one time it.
He actually bounced. He actually fended off the defender and got through and pulled across him. So
yeah,
that's a positive thing. The negative thing is that I didn't see too much of him. Like I feel like he should have gave a bit more. He should have done a bit more.
Do you think?
But then again,
sorry, excuse me. Do you think that maybe he's a better impact player? Do you think that from now on, do you think Kulu needs to start to grasp the game? And then Richarlison comes in at the back end to fucking cause some havoc.
I think so. I think Richarlison should come off the bench. I think he's more of an impact player. Like, I think Kulu, I think we all miss Kulu. Like, I think we all do. Like, he's been going for like, what, 4 weeks now? Or 3 weeks?
He got injured. It's been 3 games. And we really missed him in. Well, no, we missed it. Did he play against Arsenal? I don't think he did. No, he did. No, he didn't. He didn't, did he? He got injured. He got injured for Sweden, so he didn't. So we missed him at Arsenal. We missed him at Brighton, and we missed him in this game. And then he may be back for Everton.
I'm hoping.
But no. I think our best front three is Kane, Son, and Kulu. And I was excited about Richarlison at the start of the year. He did things for Everton. But he's not the main man anymore. He's not going to get more ball than Kane. He's not going to get more ball than Son. And I think his starts, I think Conte was wrong when he dropped Kulu instead of Son for Richarlison. And I think he needs to realise that Richarlison, if he's coming on, like Kulu needs to start. Kulu would have torn that team apart tonight.
He will have.
That ball, he would have done the same thing that Richarlison did defend off the defender. But like I said, it's the pace of that ball. If that ball was whipped in a bit harder to Cess, it would have beaten the defender. And that's the only reason why Cess didn't bury that was because the defender came in at the last second. And I think the defender actually tipped it before Cess could actually to one shot it. And that's what stopped it. And I think that Kulu would have whipped that in a lot harder. And I feel like Kulu would have got more involved in the game. We would have been able to go down the right because there wasn't much going down the right with Royal and Richarlison down there.
No, I don't think so either. Like, I think, to be honest, I think Doherty would have played a better role than Royal, as we all know. But then
Bob Left Ballsack would have played a better role than Royal. That boy does not know how to look forward. All he does is pass back. We used to talk about Winks passing sideways. He's worse than Winks. Winks would do a better role at right wing back than this kid.
No, 100%. Like, I think to be honest, I think it should be Doherty and Cooley on the right hand side. But then, on the Conte. But in saying that, yeah, look, Richie did play. He didn't play terrible. I can't say he played terrible.
He played okay. He played okay.
He played okay.
He just didn't do much, really.
Yeah, he just didn't do much for the front three. So
now,
but I can't get on too much. But now we can get on to the real,
to the main man himself. Hero at one, buries that penalty the first time. He didn't really do too much, but he fed that ball to Son, which was a beautiful ball.
That was a beautiful
touch,
ball.
Turn, boom, straight through.
That was beautiful.
Could have been more of a threat, but then the last 15 minutes I honestly thought, and I said it in the group chat while we were watching the game, Kane was going to lose us that game because he should have buried that penalty, and he should have that cross. Let's talk about that cross. Why whip it that hard and that high to a Brian Hill who's 5'10"? He's got brilliant ball control, but has shown no nuance in the air. Why not roll that in front of him and let him just one tap it like Lamela did with his left foot? Just boom, straight in.
Man. I literally, when Kane was away and I seen Hill running, I'm like, this is his chance. This is his chance to get his goal. And then when I seen Kane whip it too hard over his head, Hill couldn't jump for that. I was just like, you're got to be kidding me. The kid's only short. Pull it to his fucking feet. All you have to do was pull it to his feet. One tap from Hill, goal. Done. Game. That would have been game.
I honestly thought he was playing with Dele Alli because he's done it a few times where he's whipped it in and Dele Alli's got the end of it. But Dele Alli's 6 foot. He's built different to Hill. He's not technical in terms of like the dribbling skills. And that penalty was disgusting. It was like he's going for a free kick. And I'm telling you now, I do not want to see him on free kicks ever again. The guy has had 45 free kicks in an area where it's within 30 yards of the goal and has not scored one. He skyrocketed it. It was like he was taking a free kick, that penalty. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous, the fact that we allow him to take free kicks. He scored one free kick at Aston Villa in like the last 5 minutes of the game, and that was only because it deflected off the wall and went in. Otherwise, the keeper would have saved it. He did great things in the game. He buried that penalty. He fed Son, but he could have destroyed the whole game with that missed penalty because we could have buried the game there and been 4-1 up at that point. Even after that, I think we would have been 4-1 up if he fed Hill and Hill scored. Because Hill was going to score. There was no way that Hill was missing that at that close range. Trapp wasn't saving that.
If Kane put a ball along the ground with pace, that goalkeeper, Trapp, was not going to save it. Hill would have whipped it on his left foot. Goal. I don't know what the fuck was going through his mind when he thought, let's put it up in the air. Hill can hit it in. Hill was not getting that. He was not getting that.
He's fucking tired. He's making decisions because he's tired and exhausted, and he's expected to play every game 90 minutes. Kane hasn't played Kane has played so many games at 90 minutes in the last his last major injury when he came back. He's played literally every game he's been available for. And
I know he's our main man, but the guy, look, he's probably going to go down as one of the best players.
Well, for Tottenham anyway, of all time. For Tottenham. He hasn't won anything, but in terms of the sheer ability, the fact that if you rate him as a football player and just base him on his ability and not about the team, not about his trophies, not about how many games he's won, if you base it on the striker, he's one of, if not the best of his gen. Mm-hmm. You got Lewandowski, you got Benzema, you got Haaland, which is not really his gen, younger, but you know what I mean? He's one of the best strikers of his generation. It sucks he hasn't got trophies, but you're right. This guy needs a break. When are we going to give him a break? I know we've got World Cup coming up, but he's going to play for England. England play trash football. I'm English, but we play fucking shit football. And he's going to play every game because Gareth Southgate's a fucking nobody who doesn't know anything about football because the guy managed Middlesbrough and got fucking relegated.
Yeah, look, he definitely needs a break. I think if he was on on it, he would have made a better decision. He would have gone, oh, well, Hill's a bit small. I should just put it on the ground. But no, he just towered it and just went straight over him. You can see Hill. He was pissed.
Oh, Hill was about to throw hands. And I'm going to say this. Shout out to Hill. He came
Brian
on
Hill.
and he fucked up. He had a ball through on goal. He fucked up the dribble, lost the ball, won the ball back, and then won the penalty. And everyone can say, oh, he's lightweight. He's not good enough. I'm sorry, but the kid has hunger. And that's more than what fucking Ali had. That's more than what fucking half our players have sometimes. Cess doesn't have the hunger that Hill has. If Cess had the hunger that Hill has, Cess would be bombing it this year.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Hill, look, he came on and he was ready to go. He came on. He's like he'd just been shot out of a cannon. Like he was running for days. He was up and down. And as you said, he lost the ball. Well, a good through ball. He lost the ball. And he won it back. He got a penalty.
And then won the penalty.
Exactly. Like who? Like the kids got heart. The kids got heart. Like, to be honest, I would not sell him to Valencia. I would not.
I think everyone has this stigma that he's skinny and that he's lightweight. And you know what? I get that. He does fall over a bit. There's a few times where he got pushed over and there was no free kick because the ref kind of realised, yeah, this kid's a bit light. But Modric was small and light. David Silva was small and light. You look at those players like even Coutinho. Coutinho is small and light. Like I'm not saying he's on. He's not on that. Bernardo Silva. He's not on that caliber, right? I'm not saying he's as good as these players, but just because they're a lightweight player does not mean they have the cojones, as Troy Deeney would say, to play in this league. Every time he comes on, he looks hungry. Every time he comes on, he's not scared. He is not scared to run at people, and that's what Cess is. Cess is bigger, Cess is stronger, but he's scared to take on people. Hill goes, fuck it. I'm going to take you on.
You know what's funny, Bart? He's got actually more cojones than Royal. He's
Fuck it. Playing right wing back. Fuck it. Who cares? At least he's going to run at people.
I would. I'll put him right wing back and say, yeah, have a go, right wing back.
He's not defensively. I don't think he's that good.
No, he's not. But he actually got more balls than fucking Royal, because he actually for a guy like him, who's never played in the league, like never played in like the Premier League.
Yeah,
and he's for his age. Like he's actually
21.
He's actually really talented.
Well, the thing is, he made the Spain squad. He was the captain of the, I think it was under 18s or under 21 squad in the Olympics. I think it was the Olympics or it was the Euros. Whichever one. He's highly rated in Europe, in Spain. Sorry, he was starting for.
Oh no!
Huh? I froze.
No, I thought you froze. Oh, you froze a bit, but it's all right. You're back again.
I think he needs to have more opportunities than what he's been given, and he needs more than just 10 minutes at the back end of the game. Conte needs to either start him or give him a good 30 minutes
to see what he really can do.
To see what he can do. And in saying that, I want to move on to our star boy, as you know, Son Aldo, Son Perrion, Son Messi. The boy wonder, how good was it to see him today?
We were praising it. We were happy when Kane put that ball through. And shout out to Expressions. I think Expressions off his chair when his son scored. No, look, for him to score 2 goals, and we got to talk about it. What a volley and goal.
That was a saucy volley. And everyone could say, oh, yeah, it was pretty easy. And no, Mark, piss off. That's on his weak foot. That's his left foot. He's a right footer. That was saucing. And the thing is, the confidence that he hasn't had and the form that he's been out of, and everyone's been saying, oh, Son's still out of form, drop him. To come into that one-on-one situation, places the ball perfectly from Kane. The ball dinks in. I think who dinked it in? Was it Højbjerg?
Højbjerg.
The instinct of volleying it off his left foot on his weaker foot, mate. If this doesn't set him off, and if he doesn't tear Everton apart this weekend, I don't know what will.
Yeah, look, that was just. I didn't think he look when Højbjerg crossed that ball. I thought, oh, okay, Sonny's going to get this. But then I just didn't think he was going to get on the volley. I thought he was going to wait till it hits the ground and then hit it. But as soon as he got the volley and hit it, I was like, wow. I was like, all right, he's off. He's off and running now. So, look, he needs to carry on that momentum, that performance to the Everton game. He needs to carry that on. So do most of the players too, except for the Dyers, the Kane. Like they just need to pick themselves back up and move on from that because they need to do better. They need to do a lot better. But Son, he was really sourcing that day this morning. He just look, he did. I think he did a foul for Tudor to get the red card, which he did well. He did well to bump him off.
He put a lot of pressure on Tudor and got two yellow cards out of him in 3 minutes. And I feel like he could have. He wasn't entirely involved in the whole game, but he was a lot better today than he was against Brighton, and a lot better than what he was against Arsenal. So, if he's starting to hit that form, I'm happy for him. He deserves. We did say we wanted him to drop because and the thing is that everyone goes, "Oh, you want Sonny dropped?" You don't believe him. No, Son's tired. Kane's tired. You can see it. It's got nothing to do with they're playing shit. I know Son's going to come back. I know Son can play shit for 70 minutes or 75 to 80 minutes and bang in a hat trick against Leicester. I know he can do that. It's just the fact that the kid's tired. He carried his career. Kane has been playing 90 minutes the whole season. Like, when are these boys going to get a chance to rest? When are they going to And if we win against Lisbon, it has to be against Marseille because we're through anyway. And it doesn't matter if we come second or first because we're going to be playing a good team in the Champions League. Every team in the knockout stages is good. I don't care what anybody says. If we want to get to the final and win it, we have to play the best teams anyway. So we're better off fucking going at them first go. But when 100%. And in saying that, we need to look at how these guys are being controlled too. When Kula was getting dropped off for Richarlison, when Son was playing like shit, that's where Conte needs to be asked, why are you doing that? Now, I do trust Conte. I do trust in his system. I do trust that he's the manager to take us to a trophy, the first one of 15 years. But there's no harm in questioning as a fan what a manager does. Now, we might not know the deep and intricate reasons as to why, but there's nothing wrong with questioning it.
No, you're right. There is questions that we ask, and he's probably going to give us the answers, but it's probably not the answers we want. So, in saying that, I think Kane and Son both. I think they both need a rest. I was hoping, this game they'll probably bring on. I was hoping they'll put Mora up front, but they kept.
Well, he did come on, and I want to mention shout out to Mora. He didn't do too much, but it was nice to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah, 100%. It was. It was good to see him back. It was good to see him fresh, ready to go. He was happy himself to be back, and I think that was his season debut. It said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the first game of the season for him.
Yeah, because he didn't. He hasn't been back since the new season started.
What do you think? So we're gonna allude to the back end because we're gonna wrap it up soon. That back 15 minutes. Do you think? I've seen a lot of different ideas. As Lee said, the fucking cue ball.
Shiny head.
Fucking shine that shit. Fucking, I can't laugh. Look at me. I'm fucking. My hair's sticking out. Do you think that Conte's changes made the game harder? Because we did make so many changes in a short period of time. We took off Son, brought on Skip, took off Bentancur, brought on Højbjerg, we brought on Perisic. Did we bring on Perisic? No. Who did we actually bring on?
No, we didn't bring on Perisic.
No, not Perisic. I think we had 4 changes. We brought on Mora, we brought on Skip, we brought on Basuma, and we brought on Hill. So we made a massive change. We transitioned from the middle 3 to the middle 2 again. And as Lee said, after those changes, we looked like we were on the back foot.
Yeah, look, I think I think we should just stick with the, just the formation we're playing, the 5-3-2, on the 5-2, the 5-2-3. Sorry, I think we should stick with that. Like, I think,
Sorry, we
I
brought
think
on Sanchez. So Sanchez, Hill, Mora, and Skip and Basuma. So five.
yeah, because we took off Eric Dyer because Dyer was on a yellow card. So
Yeah, and he was
look,
playing like fucking shit. That's why.
yeah, exactly. No, look, I think Conte. Look, I think that's just he changed the system. But it was worrying because as I said before, we kind of did park the bus, which we shouldn't have. We just should just keep attacking as we were. Made those couple of changes just to the best players. I personally think we should have just brought off Kane and Son, and put Richie, Mora, and Hill. I would have done that. I would put Hill on the left, Mora on the right, Richie in the middle, and just go all out. And then maybe
Richie came off first. I'm pretty sure he came off for Basuma.
He came up with him because we changed the 3-5, the 3-5-2. We changed that system.
We changed the 5-2-3 to the 5-3-2, and then we transitioned back towards the end when Hill and Mora came on. We transitioned when Mora replaced Son. We changed back to the three up top. Look, their goal was shit defending, and I'm going to call out Romero here. You can see in the replay, Skip tells Romero to get in that position. Romero kind of fobs him off, and then fucking I can't remember say Aladay. Is it Aladay or Aladou? They're French. He's from he's on loan from PSG. And Aladou comes in with a flying header, and he actually he was actually the one that did the long shot as well that was saved by Lloris and was rolling on the floor. But that was piss poor defending at the post, and I'm sick of this zonal marking. We need to start doing man-to-man marking again because we zonal mark on corners, and we look really bad defending corners. If Kane's not clearing it, with his headers, then it's 9 times out of 10 hitting the opposition.
Yeah, look, but that's been our downfall for a while. Our defending against crosses are being terrible. I think for the last 2 seasons, they've been just so bad. But then again, that was poor for Romero. He should have known better. He's an international player. He knows at this type of level that you need to mark your man. And for him to brush off Skip like that, that's pretty bad. Just because he's younger doesn't mean you push him off. He's telling because he can see it. And he saw it.
Oh. I want to shout out Skip too because I felt like he had a decent game. He came on. He was pressing hard. There's a few times where he kind of linked up play, put a nice few balls through. I think he did lose the ball once, but it's nice to have Skip back. And Conte loved Skip before he got injured. He was his go-to man. And I do long term. I think Skip's going to be better than Bentancur and Højbjerg long term. It just depends on how his development goes and how he develops his game. I feel like he's got a better passing range than the two in the middle. I feel like he's more fit, he's more athletic, and I feel like he's better defensively than the two of them. But at the moment, like I said, Bentancur and Højbjerg have been sourcing all year, been our best 2 players all year. So I don't think they should be dropped for Skip. But I still stand by my statement. I think that at the end of the year, our midfield will be Basuma and Skip. Basuma played okay. I don't think he did too much. There was 1 or 2 passes where he kind of whipped it that shouldn't have been whipped and it went out. But he had a fairly decent game. And what are your thoughts on the sub? So I want to give a quick roundup to Hill. We all know
that situation with Hill.
Skip. How do you feel on them two? How do you think they went covering that midfield too?
Yeah, look, I think Basuma, he really showed. He didn't do too bad, but there was a couple of balls he tried to pass that just shouldn't have gone there, or he shouldn't have done. Skip, he does what he does best. He just comes on. He just like again, Yoshua Rocky. He was just finding passes, doing good link-up plays, just basically trying to recap what he did last season. So, look, yeah. And as Lee said, pretty much, Skip needs more minutes under the system. And he's right, he does. He does need more time. But it's going to take time for him because obviously he's come off an injury, so I think it's going to take him a while. And plus, he's got to try fight Bentancur and Hoiberg for that spot, and which right now it's kind of hard because they're doing so well. So I reckon give him a bit more time. He might fall into it. You said Hill, the last one.
No, Basima and Skip because we covered Hill.
Yeah, we covered Hill. Look, they did their job. You know, they did their job. They came on, did what they had to do, and just pretty much got us the win for it.
So, what do you rate Conte? It was the first home game since Jean-Pierre has sadly passed. Beautiful 1 minute reception. Conte actually had the strength to clap this time. A shout out to Frankfurt. They delivered a beautiful bouquet of flowers for Jean-Pierre, and it was Ventrone, and it was the nice touch that Tottenham did with the training jacket with his initials on it on top of the flower.
That was the seat.
Yeah, it was beautiful to see that, and respect is deserved for Frankfurt for doing that. I always feel like German teams are very respectful. The only team they seem to not respect is Leipzig because of the way, and I don't know if anybody knows how the German league works, but with German leagues, they tend to be for the fans, by the fans. That's why Leipzig's hated so much, because if you buy your way in that league, it's very they don't rate you. They feel like the fans should be the lifeblood of every club, and that's the truth. And they showed so much respect, and you're rightly the touch of the stopwatch as well, because we all know he was the fitness coach. Knowing him, he probably did the fucking the beep test. I mean, I used to love the beep test back when I was a kid, but fuck, if I did it now, I'd get like 1. So
I wouldn't get that far.
It's a beautiful tribute, but Conte himself, how he managed the game, I'm going to go for about a 7 out of 10. I feel like he did the right thing with the formation and the way the team played, but his subs were a bit erratic towards the end. We should have been more structured to dominate them after they went down to 10 men. But I'm going to give him 7. I feel like he did really, really well. What would you give him?
Yeah, look, I'll probably give him about. I'll probably give him about the same, mate. I think his subs were really like how you going, like they were just this didn't seem right. But then, I feel like the Hill one was probably his best one because Hill just came out of a rocket and just fired up and just went on. And of course Mora as well, but. Yeah, I'll probably be the same. I think he just some of his just the subs I just didn't sit right with me. I just feel like they should have been a bit better or a bit more prepared. So no, I'm thinking the same. I think the same.
Well, I think that's our roundup. The boys, I want to shout out to Brad and Nene. Both can't be on tonight because they're working late. I was meant to be there, but I got out of it. So enjoy your night, boys.
Lucky you.
Lee, yeah, lucky me. Lee, obviously, shout out to Lee for all the comments tonight. Shout out to the Neff. Juve Academy again. I know I like to brag about it, but when someone in the family gets into the Juve Academy, whether it's be in Australia or in Italy, I still feel that's an achievement that we should celebrate. And a shout out to you, bro, for coming on tonight. Delane won't be on this weekend. Well, he might be, but he's going to a wedding this weekend, so he'll be. He's made his appearance tonight to make up for that. Shout out for joining on tonight, bro. I appreciate it.
No, good. Hopefully, look, I'm hoping if I'm not on, look, I hope we just carry on this performance we play today to Sunday's game.
Take it to Everton.
Take it to Everton. Let's get it.
We will be doing a match preview over the next, probably tomorrow, because Saturday night for us is a couple hours before the game. But shout out to especially Lee, but shout out to everyone that watched the stream tonight, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube. Make sure you're following on Twitch and on Facebook on our group. We're gonna start doing some bit more content. I'm gonna get the boys get some riled up. Maybe do a bit of gaming content. Maybe do a bit more videos. I'm gonna try and kick this thing up a gear. Shout out to Nene, the boys. Shout out to Nene. But I appreciate you all for joining us. Like and subscribe. And we'll be hitting you up with a match review tomorrow. And as we always say here at Total War Spurs, the saying is very common to every other team, but we like to embrace it. As always, stay Spursy.
Stay Spursy. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.